Autumn Glow, an auspicious debut, won it by 2.5 to Dawn Service.
My bold prediction for the spring. Yeah, it's a tough one. I think a little filly called Autumn Glow will be unbeaten.
And the fillies pounding away with the T-Rose. Autumn Glow remains unbeaten. And this Magic Mare makes it 6 out of 6.
Dead, set, jet. She could be a generational horse.
She was born a winner. She's the real deal.
James McDonald piled the hype on his Wonder Mare, calling her the next Winx.
She's incredible, I'm telling you. She is fair income.
When the pressure goes on, she's different.
She gives me that ooh-la-la feeling.
We're looking at greatness. Another chapter in this stunning career.
That heart and determination and presence that she has is really quite special.
Waller knows better than anyone just how much a pin-up horse with a picket fence next to its name can elevate the sport.
We'll be talking about her for a long time, and I think she's one of the proper ones.
She's the perfect 10, and it's only just beginning for Autumn Glow.
Something special about her. Can she continue on this winning streak at the moment? It's 10 from 10 with 7.5 million in prize money earned. And already a couple of Group 1s plus a Golden Eagle, and James McDonald has the task of steering her to glory today, and he's alongside Bruce.
James, we knew this day was going to arrive. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, being Slipper Day, I've got some beautiful rides. So we're looking forward to the day. Hopefully they go well and run up to expectation. But no, it's been an enjoyable build-up, and we're looking forward to probably getting amongst it now.
You've got some awkward barriers.
Yeah, we do, but I've got good horses to overcome that, so hopefully they're on their game and we're on our game, and we can give them the best possible transit, and they'll produce the goods.
Bit of J-Mac versus Willow early in the day too.
Yeah, there's a few clashes there, isn't there? Aliana, Sudelius, Observer and Autumn Boy look the obvious two, but yeah, it'll set up for some really good clashes, and there's probably horses in those fields that are underestimated too, because they go pretty well. They go pretty well.
James, what about the pressure with Autumn Glow? Just that pressure in itself, is that... Look at you.
Yeah, there is, obviously, but I've got great faith in her, and I know what she's capable of, and yeah, she'll do the job. She's a wonderful racehorse, and obviously she's lightly raced, and she's got a big hurdle to jump today, being the toughest test to date. But I have no doubt that she can do it, and I hope she does it with flying colours.
Can I shake your hand? It's a big day.
Yeah, thank you, it is. Cheers, mate.
Spring Carnival have been legendary, haven't they?
Yeah, they sure have. He loves riding at headquarters down there at Flemington, but Rosehill is a clear favourite of his, as well as Randwick. He loves it here in Sydney.
And Shatin, of course, with all the success that he's had up there. I said earlier, Katie, so from 50 to 100, it took him 3.5 years. It's quite phenomenal. It's hard to believe. In a way, we know we have 76 Group 1 races here, and he's been prepared to travel, hasn't he, around the world?
Yeah, he sure has. He's a real worker, and once he sees a good horse, he will travel near and far to go and find that horse, just like we see with Romantic Warrior. He's happy to do the hard yards, as any jockey would. He's in a fortunate spot, and the rise has been very quick. Hopefully it keeps rising.
So Tommy Smith and George Moore together have had the record for such a long time. It took them 25 years to get those 54 together. In fact, it was 80 years basically today that they won their first Group 1 together, Tommy Smith and George Moore. So again, Chris is coming along for the ride, and that's, I think, so appropriate today, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. He couldn't do it without Chris Waller, and the rise of Chris Waller has been so fast as well. So, yeah, two legends in their own right.
And Chris Waller and Gai Waterhouse have had an enormous battle for supremacy in New South Wales over the last decade or so, and it's fitting in a way that they clash here in such a big way in the Ranvet Stakes.
Yeah, they sure do, with Aliana and, of course, Sir Dalius, and they've both had the run under their belt, and they're primed for today, so I can't wait to see them in this small field.
And on this day, Katie, you have a look at some of these numbers, and look at obviously Gai with the Golden Slipper, and you look at Chris with the George Ryder with Winx and all of that, so it's pretty even when you do the add up.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, it's hard to beat Gai Waterhouse and Adrian Bott, isn't it?
The filly.
The filly, of course.
Yeah, that was Lady of Camelot when she thought the Colts were being beaten. And she, oh, the filly. Okay, there's only one, that's for sure and certain. What a day we're having, and we're right at the start, Benway, of something that could be remarkable. Give us the market for what is an intriguing round. Has Sedelius come on, do you think, from his first up run, Lizzie?
Well, this is interesting, Bruce, because I haven't actually seen him this preparation, but from what I see of him now, he looks incredible. He's got a beautiful coat on him. He's nice and forward in condition. He looks as though he's got a great action as well. So there's a lot to like about the way that he parades, particularly for this performance. A couple of horses I haven't seen so far this preparation, including Lindemann, and I know he had the setback, Katie, where he had the cardiac arrhythmia, but prior to that he was racing quite consistently.
Yeah, he was terrific first up in the Apollo. I know he's a horse that tends to like the track on the better side of good. He's the likely leader here, so he'll give them something to catch. He's such an honest horse. He of course won the Rosehill Guineas here, so he's a Group 1 performer, we know that, and he certainly will make them try and catch him. Trinity College, Bruce.
And he's short on the toe, Trinity College, is he, with the World Pool coming in. Now, he's a Royal Ascot winner. He's been in big races in Europe.
Yeah, he has, but it would be a surprise to see him beat horses like Sedelius and this horse in particular, Aliana. I haven't seen her this preparation. She's had a couple of runs so far. She's been absolutely incredible behind Autumn Glow. I can quite honestly say this is the best I've ever seen her parade, and also the most settled and relaxed I've seen her parade.
Well, she really pushed Autumn Glow, didn't she, Bruce, last start? She tried her guts out. So, yeah, I think it would be fitting to see her get her time in the sun with 5 seconds in Group 1s to some really good horses.
Great horse, but she's been a bit of a bridesmaid since that Derby win. Ella Canswell, does she lead the race or does Lindemann lead the race? It's going to be quite interesting. She wasn't the Manion scratch to go into this. Where she goes after this will be so fascinating, and obviously with not many chances for the Ruffy. Richo's gone that way. Let's catch up with Emma. She's with Darren Beedman.
First Group 1 of the day, Team Waller has 3 runners. The Dazzler is the man for the job to talk about them. Let's start with Lindemann.
Yes.
He will be okay with a soft 6 track still?
Ooh, borderline. But the beauty of his pattern of racing, he races on speed. They might even go single file here. So, look, he loves Rosehill, always runs well here. It's probably as worse as you'd want to get the track for his conditions and his liking. But very honest racehorse and doesn't know how to run a bad race.
Trinity College will be happy to getting over more ground now.
Certainly him getting the tongue in the ground is going to suit him, but I think they just might be a little bit sharp for him, a little bit too much acceleration at the top of the straight.
And then there's the mare who's looking for, can you believe it, only her 2nd Group 1. She deserves far more than that. Aliana, how's she prepped up for this big assignment?
Well, she's certainly been the bridesmaid. On quite a few occasions, and at 2 runs this preparation, running against the champion Autumn Glow, and look, she just hasn't taken a backward step, and look, this may be her day to shine.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Ben, let's go to you from the tab, the market mover for the Ramvet.
Well, it's Aliana. That's where the majority of the money is going, but that's a little boring. So if you needed a firmer and maybe a push in another way, Trinity College is the one. Inside gate, more than likely our leader or Lindemann's back, so there's a bit to like there, just class might prevail.
From the yard, Lizzie?
Well, as I mentioned, it's the best I've ever seen her parade, Aliana. She's never won any beauty contest. She's no oil painting. She's very angular. She doesn't carry a lot of condition. I've seen her win a derby with a woolly coat on her. I think that this is as settled and as relaxed as I've seen her, and as full and strong as I've seen her. So she has to go on top. But I'll tell you what, Sedelius looks magnificent. He obviously, I didn't get the opportunity to compare him first up into this 2nd up run, but where he is in his preparation, he's got a lot of racing in him, and he looks tremendous.
It's going to be so tactical. It's only 5, and Craig Williams and James McDonald, Katie, I know that this is a toughy time for you, but just the tactics in a small field is going to be really interesting here.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think he's just going to believe in Aliana and just ride her in her rhythm. And I know there's 5 in it, but Lindemann and Ella Canswell and Sedelius to a certain extent will make it a genuine run 2,000 metre race, I assume. And I'm tipping that James is always going to be in a position to be able to move forward whenever he wants to do that.
Lizzie, James has got a great record on Aliana. He's ridden her 3 times for 2 wins and a 2nd, but he hasn't ridden her in a race actually for about 15 or 16 months. It's just been circumstantial, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, look, there's no setback to him jumping on board any of these horses. But I suppose what will be interesting, as Katie just mentioned, is that tactics that are going to be in place for two absolute superstar jockeys, Craig Williams, James McDonald. They have each other's in their eyes every step of the way.
Well, this race produced one of the greatest upsets in history. A 40-1 on Pop was beaten Ajax, going way, way back. He was going for 19 in a row. Today, so much history depends on the result of this race. Can J-Mac join Ollie in the next 2 minutes?
But Craig Williams has got a great record here on the Frankel Stallion, and they're locked and loaded, ready for the first of 5 Group 1s. The Rambit and the gates are back, they're off, and Lindemann, as usual, reliable out of the gates and jump with his head in front. Trinity College is going to sit very handy. Aliana goes to third, Serdelius fourth, and Allow Cance with a change of ownership and colours at the moment is towards the rear of the field and towards the inside. So it's Lindemann in front by a length and a half. Trinity College in its slipstream second. Allow Cance is going right up on the inside and is making up a lot of ground by doing so. Allow Cance has got in front of Aliana now. He just wants to over-race a tad in the early part, and Serdelius had now dropped back to the tail of the field. Lindemann at the 1400 metres shows the way by a neat length on Trinity College. Allow Cance has crept right up on the inside going to third, but she's not in a controlling role today, Allow Cance. A length further back to the hot favourite Aliana, and 2 further back to Serdelius, who's been very patiently ridden by Craig Williams at the rear of the field. They've got close to 1200 metres to go, or well inside it now, and Lindemann in front by a length and a half to Trinity College. A neck back on the inside to Allow Cance. A length further back to the odds-on favourite Aliana, and 2 further back to the main danger Serdelius, who still sits about 2.5 at the rears of Aliana as they go inside the 800 metres, and it's Lindemann doing his thing, rolling in the lead. Lindemann by a length and a half to Allow Cance and Trinity College. McDonald just biding his time at Aliana. Williams as well there on Serdelius. They come up to the home corner now, and Lindemann in front by a length to Trinity College. Allow Cance under plenty of pressure. Now Aliana being stoked up, coming to the outside, and Serdelius the widest into the straight, and Lindemann is giving a ton of cheek. 350 to go. Lindemann by 3. Now Aliana is starting to close in, and Serdelius as well. It's Lindemann all out, and Aliana, this great mare, ranges up on the outside. 2 further back to Serdelius has got the job. It's Aliana trying to beat off Lindemann. Aliana being lifted by McDonald, and he closes the first chapter on this historic day. Aliana, a narrow winner of the Rambit Stakes, edging out Lindemann and Serdelius. A gap back to Trinity College, and Allow Cance's last earner, and McDonald's done it.
He has, Darren. It was hard fought. Group 1 races are hard fought. It was a battle royale all the way up the straight.
Yeah.
Katie, your hubby's got level with Damien Oliver.
Yeah, it's extraordinary to even be in the same sentences talking about Damien Oliver, what a superstar jockey he was, but didn't Lindemann fight so hard? And Nash Rawiller, he just rated him beautifully in front, and she's just such a good mare, isn't it? She, gets her day in the sun, which I think she really deserves, Lizzie.
She certainly did deserve that performance, and only her second Group 1. It's quite remarkable to think that she's only won 2 of them. She's raced against the very, very best that Sydney and Melbourne has to offer. She's been a bridesmaid to Autumn Glow most recently, but I tell you what, Lindemann fought the entire way down the straight. Serdelius, he found the line nicely, being ridden very patiently, but I thought for a couple of seconds, Bruce, I didn't know whether she was going to get past him. Heads up, heads down, but she toughed it out in the end.
She did. There was a nice touch. Nash and James have been fierce rivals. Nash actually put his hand out to James afterwards. I'm not sure if we'll see it, and they did sort of embrace in that little way, which is a really good respect between 2 blokes. And here's Ollie watching from Caulfield. So Damien at Caulfield, the GOAT as we know him, the man that's won more majors than any other person in Australian Racing 10, watching this close one, knowing that his record that has only stood for 4 years, George Moore had it for about 40 years, is now being equalled. Emma, down to you.
Well, if there ever was a mare who deserved a second Group 1 on her CV after 5 seconds in the ultimate prize races, it was Aliana. Congratulations.
Thank you, yeah, and she was made to fight for it. Lindemann, he's a good horse on his day, and I think Nash controlled the race really well, and yeah, she had to be good to win, and obviously Serdelius on our back, that gave me a bit of a scare when he came with us, but we could just see they sort of broke clear of him, and then it was a fight between the stablemates. So it didn't really matter who won, really. But obviously for James today, it's a big good one. Good to get that out of the way if we can.
I know you speak about James, but that now draws you level with George Moore and Tommy Smith in terms of the greatest Group 1 partnerships of Australian racing trainer and jockey. One more to go as well for you guys to break that as a record.
Yeah, that's pretty special, and yeah, I'm just lucky to train lots of good horses and have an association with a terrific young man.
Is it a possibility she backs up in a Tancred?
Not sure. Look, the distance is no problem. 7 day, it's not ideal backing up. I want to see how a few others go today and see where they're heading, and then try and map it all out tomorrow.
Great job, and could you feel the crowd then? I mean, the crowd here today is really riding home some of your runners.
It's awesome. It's all mixes of people here having a great time, and that's what racing's all about. Bring everyone together and enjoy the sport as we can see it. It's a great spectacle.
Well done.
Thanks.
You can always hear the emotion. Now, here's this moment with Nash and J-Mac. I reckon it's about to come up. There you go. So that's nice. I mean, they've been rivals. We know that. They've had a battle royale at times. Nash is a fierce competitor, as is your husband.
Yeah, usually he's trying to push him off, but that's nice that he embraced him.
It certainly is. When you saw Ollie looking on and watching that, you've ridden, you know, for most of your career, Caitlin. What does it mean to you?
Hey, I can't believe you said that, but continue on.
What does it mean to you to see the GOAT watching your husband winning and equaling his Group 1 record?
It's honestly unbelievable for me to watch on, and for James and the rise that he's been able to do this and achieve this at such a young age. And as Damien Oliver has been to all of us young jockeys, he's an absolute idol and always will be. So I'm very proud of him, very proud.
And he's with Emma right now, James McDonald.
She's a tough cookie. Gosh, she deserved another Group 1.
She did. She's just incredible. Her tenacity to find the line was just superb there, and she's been building to something like that. And I've got to give credit to the second horse because it made us work. I was thinking, this is not how the script's supposed to go.
Tell us about the tempo in the race. I mean, we know that Lindemann can control things beautifully from up front. Did you expect Trinity College to be rolling along up there with him?
Nah, Nash is a genius when it comes to that. He just he gets things his own terms, and Damien was just sitting off him the whole way, and it wasn't ideal, that's for sure, because he had a picnic up in front. But I was all on good horse, and she deservedly won that one.
You've got a smile on your face, this crowd, hey?
Thank you, cheers.
Such an incredible day, taking it all in with Aliana. So second on this day in the Rosehill Guineas. She won the Derby by a cricket pitch, didn't she? And today she had to fight so hard. What a good mare she is. And that is so special for James. He draws level with 129, and with Chris draws level with George Moore and also Tommy Smith. So next, the Rosehill Guineas. Could this be the moment for J-Mac to go past Ollie? It's Observer with Willow against Autumn Boy, who James will be riding in the Rosehill Guineas. And again, it looks a bit like a max race, though in that race, the Ramvet, it turned out to be 1 and 3, the top two in the market. There's Autumn Boy. He's had a beautiful campaign. He's a Caulfield Guineas winner. Observer is a Victoria Derby winner. So, Richo, we're on the cusp of something extraordinary here, because he has joined Ollie on 129 Group 1 wins following his 5th success today in the Ranvet Stakes. He's won the last 3 Ranvets in 5 in total of the 129. So history beckoning there for, and of course with Chris and also James drawing level with Tommy Smith and also George Moore. So that would have settled the nerves, I would have thought, for J-Mac today with this hard-fought win on Aliana.
Yeah, I certainly would have. I'm sure that he looks as calm and cool as he's ever been. I mean, I think that's probably one of the great elements, that he can handle pressure and he enjoys this type of pressure. She was great to see her get her second Group 1 victory, especially here at Rosehill Gardens. Looking forward to seeing what they decide to do with her, whether they back her up next week. You can see the cogs are turning in Chris Waller's mind, whether the week is long enough for her to recover. The distance is certainly no issue, but he will plot a path, no doubt.
It might depend on Autumn Glow a bit with the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, I would have thought. Western Australian viewers, time now to switch to 7. And if you like horse racing and sport, please do. So we welcome you if you've just joined us or if you've switched and stayed. Thank you oh so much. We've got Autumn Glow today, and the rider Winks won her 5th Group 1 when she won her first rider, and her 24th Group 1 when she won her 4th. So from 2016 through to 2019, she absolutely ruled. She was extraordinary. Only one Winks. Let's catch up with Emma and Katie for the story so far.
Wowie, this track is racing deluxe here at Rosehill Gardens. We've just had an upgrade to a soft 5.
Yeah, it has. It's throughout the day we've seen horses come off the fence, be coming through the fence and winning. So it's a credit to Rosehill Gardens and having the track in top notch.
You okay?
Not really.
Take a
I'll
deep
be
breath.
okay, hopefully at the end of the day.
You're wearing the Aura ring. Tell us about the notification that sent you about an hour ago.
You're very stressed. Very stressed.
It's an excitement kind of stress, though, of course, as we wait for another few Group 1s forward, to be precise, and one more for this woman's husband to break the all-time record.
Fingers crossed.
So James's win on this mare, Aliana, took him to 129 Group wins to equal Damien Oliver, who was watching at Caulfield, and we had all that vision, with 4 more opportunities to come and a couple of the autumns coming up in the next 2 Group 1s. They're hard to win. James will tell you that, Ollie will tell you that, any jockey that's won one, they'll tell you that. And today there are some that are chasing their absolute first today. Not easy to do. So for Matt Kamani, it would be something to win with Deal Done Fast, who's on his way to a derby, you would think, at Royal Randwick. Entrance songs, Katie, you probably know more about these than me because you're under 70. I know that for a fact. Dylan Gibbons. Do you know this one?
It suits him. Feel good ink. He is a very go-lucky sort of person and great jockey. So he's, I'm tipping you. I can hear him hear that.
And
going
I saw
to the
him
races.
with his shirt off today, and the ink works well.
Oh, did you now?
Well, I was just down there,
You were blushing.
doing the hard work.
Support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Well, he's a magnificent individual, this guy. I'm going to just run to make sure he doesn't kick me. Look, I think the key with him is he gets the map favours. He's got a beautiful turn of foot over the mile last time out, and physically he looks in great shape. So I think he's going to run particularly well if he's going to be the hardest to beat out of the 2 of them. It's always like a match race. They're drawn next to each other and they're walking next to each other as well. This is Autumn Boy. He's been really good this preparation. He just gets a little bit too far out of his ground, but physically he looks in great shape. He's so similar to his father, the Autumn Sun. Beautiful long walk on him. Very athletic individual.
Good stuff, Lizzie. Deal Done Fast, I thought, was excellent first up. He's on a derby trail.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? He was doing his best work late. That was over the 1800 in the Autumn Classic. So he comes up here, he's drawn a good barrier. He'll get a nice run in transit, and the 2,000 metres will be to his liking.
Green Spaces, when he won that spring stake at Newcastle, we thought, OK, he's a derby chance. I don't think anything's changed, but he needs to run well today.
Yeah, I think he will. He's just one of those horses, a beautiful staying type, and I think if he gets a nice run and they do go quickly up in front, he certainly will be doing his best work late, no doubt about that, but I think a derby's right up his alley.
Hasn't Gaiath been a fantastic sire for young horses here in Australia? And he's the father of this bloke as well as Observer in Victoria Spirit. I thought he was terrific in the Australian Guineas. He was very good first up. We know he's going to close, and he's sort of in the market as we go down and have a look at Federalist, who's going to run well. We know that. He's still a maiden, but boy, oh boy, he's got a lot of promise.
Fair to say he's a bit of a perennial place getter, this guy, Federalist, and I tell you what, he hit the line strongly last time out. That was in the Far Lap Stakes here at Rosehill Gardens. He's got a beautiful look about him. He's also very similar to his father. He walks beautifully, lovely angular nature, and I think that he's the horse that can definitely run well. Whether he can beat Observer and Autumn Boy is yet to be seen.
So one step closer to the next one. Zach's already got a double today.
Yeah, he's certainly got his tail up. He's riding so well and so confident at the moment, but he's going to have to lift on his last couple of performances in much lower grade.
And he comes through the Victoria Derby like a lot of these horses behind Observer, doesn't he? He ran fourth there. And Benji was really good late, wasn't he, in that race at Caulfield?
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? He's got the crossover on.
He's running guineas on me.
He's definitely, he's a horse that looks quite quirky. So Ben Melham takes the ride here. He's third up in the 2,000 metres. Looks like he'll enjoy it.
So that's the lineup. It does look a match race, but there are so many interesting horses that are underneath the big two here. Have you got a market mover, Ben?
Go the way of Observer. Now, our traders have just trimmed Autumn Boy back into that even money as I speak, but there's 2.5 times more on Observer than we're seeing for Autumn Boy, and it falls off a cliff completely after that. The only other losing result is the 150 to 1 pop in One Step Closer.
Speaking of Observer, Ben, let's join Kieran Mahi's with Emma.
Kieran, Observer.
I know you've got an eye for every horse in the race, but you did mix the top two together and you saw them back to back, didn't you?
Yeah, I like Observer. I probably am leaning towards Observer. Just, you know, you can look at them on looks and you can pick out who looks the best, and it's really, it's very small margins. I wouldn't say Observer or Autumn Boy looked any different from each other, but I just do feel as though Observer's going to get a beautiful run in transit, so I'm edging towards his way. It's going to be a fascinating race because we know Observer goes forward. We know that Autumn Boy over this trip can sit just behind him, so it's almost like they reverse the roles. In the previous race we saw Sedalia sit behind Aliana and he hit the line nicely, but probably still needed that run under his belt. These guys have both had 2 runs in the preparation. They're both peaking at the same time, so I think that's why it adds so much more intrigue and so much more cat and mouse throughout the entire stages of this race.
And James McDonald and and Craig Williams are level this season on Group 1 wins. But J-Mac, if you just join us, won the first of the Group 1s here on Aliana. He sits level with Damien Oliver. And if Autumn Boy is successful here, he goes past him. Richo, it's only the 3rd time, Richo, that we've had the Derby winner from Melbourne and the Caulfield Guineas winner from Melbourne clash in a Rosehill Guineas when it went to the Autumn. And the first one was Dulcify versus Manicato going way, way back. So it's pretty special to have these two colts together.
And the query on Autumn Boy at 2,000 metres, Bruce, what do you think? I mean, the breeding says yes, the way he races says yes, but he's not proven yet.
Yeah, well, I think you'll get it. Sorry, but it's Katie with her darling daughters, and just a bit of rain falling. The tote's fascinating here. Look at Observer, so short here with the Autumn Boy. So, final thought, Lizzie?
It's going to be a terrific race. Cat and mouse sort of stuff. 2 best jockeys, 2 best horses. Bring it on.
Does J-Mac get it here? Here we go, the Rosehill Guineas.
There's the light. We're ready to go. The gates are back and they're off and racing. One step closer, taken back, and 5 of them have come out contesting the lead. Federalist, Observer, Bing Eye going up. Autumn Boy was there but eases back to 4th. Victoria Spirit caught a bit deep. Deal Done Fast goes along the rails inside green space, and One Step Closer's last of all. So Observer in front. Bing Eye moves up on the outside and is going to serve it up to him. And Bing Eye Dots takes the lead now as they enter the back section of the course. Observer being restrained there by Williams, and hands up in 2nd spot. Victorious Spirit moves up on the outside going to 3rd. Federalist 4th. And Autumn Boy is in a handy 5th position as the rain starts to fall for the first time today. Then Deal Done Fast on the inside of green spaces, and One Step Closer's last of all. 1,200 to go. Bing Eye in front by a length to Observer in a clear 2nd. The Maiden Federalist 3rd. Victoria Spirit covering ground in 4th position. Just keeping Autumn Boy in a bit of a pocket at this point. A length into Deal Done Fast on the inside of green spaces, and One Step Closer's last of all. So Bing Eye in the hands of Ben Melham leads at the 900 metres by a length and a half to Observer. Victoria Spirit the outside, Federalist the fence, then Autumn Boy still in 5th. Then came Deal Done Fast from green spaces, and One Step Closer's peeling 3 wide to start a run. Approaching the turn, and Bing Eye leads the way by a length and a half to Observer. Then Federalist. Victoria Spirit's got Autumn Boy in a pocket as One Step Closer moves up on the outside. Approaching the turn, Bing Eye, Observer, Victoria Spirit, One Step Closer. closer, and Autumn Boy McDonald's just eyeing off the gap, looking for it now. Bingo leads at the 300 metres. Observer stoked up by Williams giving chase, and McDonald said, "Go on, Autumn Boy!" And Autumn Boy moved up at the 250. Put pay to Observer Bingo. Further back then to Green Spaces running on, but it's Autumn Boy clearing the Rose Hill Guineas. This is a win that'll live forever for James McDonald. 130 Group 1 winners, and what a performance. Green Spaces second, I think Observer third, then one step closer Federalist. Further back to Bingo. A gap 2, Deal done fast, and last name was Victoria Spirit.
So as Darren says, James McDonald rides his way into Australian racing, actually Australian sporting history. That's how big this is, and that's how great he is. It was a magnificent ride. All the pressure's gone now, Lizzie. We saw Katie and Di a moment ago, his wife and also his mum. It was a brilliant J-Mac ride as always, and boy, didn't he streak them.
Wonderful performance. The horse was just travelling so sweetly all the way through the middle stages of that race. You could see his main hope, Observer, was just overdoing it with his mouth open. He never settled when Bing Eye came around him. But James switched this guy off. He was able to work into the race. There was a little bit of a scrimmage in the start of the home straight. But as they worked into the straight, James just let him go. And here they go. The two most nervous women on the course. Apart from you, Bruce, you were pretty nervous as well. I can see that he has now surpassed that dream.
It's beautiful. It is so beautiful, isn't it? And Chris Waller and James go past Tommy Smith and George Moore. And James gets his 100th in Australia, plus 30 all around the world. It's just absolutely superb. Well, from one genius to another, James McDonald to Chris Waller. Here's Emma.
And in one fell swoop, a few things happen. This guy gets another Group 1. You break the George Moore TJ Smith partnership with James McDonald. He gets his 100th Australian Group 1 and becomes the greatest jockey of all time.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Doing it at our home track, and yeah, we haven't talked about it all week. Just, I rung him last night driving home, and we spoke about the footy. He's a Mad Roosters supporter, and I jumped around a bit. And I said, "Oh, we'll beat you tonight." And yeah, so that's as far as our conversation went last night, and that's the relationship we've got. It's pretty simple. Don't stress and just do the best we can.
This colt, though, let's talk about the horse to begin with. He was building to this preparation, and the 2,000 metres, is that a hint for something in the spring?
Yeah, it is for sure. We wanted to try that. Great owners, the Richies, they're great sportsmen, and I think the most disappointing thing last preparation when I mentioned that he may have a short racing career because he's such a wonderful colt. And they said, "Oh, well, we're in no rush to retire and we want to keep him racing." So that's great, and it's good to see these colts race on, and I'm sure he will. So yeah, we've ticked a box for 2,000 metres. His dad won it, he's won it, and yeah, I'll pick out some nice races in the spring for him.
2 from 2 for you today in terms of the Group 1s. How does that feel?
It's a good start. It's a good start, but just one at a time. That's what we said at the start of the day, and yeah, it's worked out well so far.
Congratulations, that's a monumental record, particularly for you, the George Moore, TJ Smith. Now it's the Waller McDonald record. Well done.
Well done to James.
Oh, you can see Chris there, and here's Ollie having a look. So he knew it was coming the day, and he's been so gracious, Damien. A different time, I know that he'll be as pleased for many that it's a person of the same stature as he that has come along. It takes nothing from Oliver. Oliver is the GOAT. That's what people said. His status in the sport, in so many ways, grows in a bit because of this connection now. But for all of us today, we came here thinking how good this might be, and now we're living it. There's a bit of rain, but it's not dampening anything. It was the perfect J-Mac ride. How many times have you seen him one out, one back in a race, Lizzie?
I just knew. I knew from pretty much the moment they came out of the gates and there was that speed from Bingy. It crossed Observer. He just slotted in beautifully in behind. He had the cattle to be able to do so, and he switched off. But let's remember, this horse hasn't won yet this preparation. James jumps aboard over the 2,000 metres and he wins so impressively.
So he's a Caulfield Guineas winner, and most importantly, he's a Rose Hill Guineas winner. And there you have it, yep, larger than life. Ali Mosley's there with James McDonald.
James, I know it's relief, but we're witnessing greatness. From humble beginnings, you wanted to be a dairy farmer. You've just been the most winning jockey of Group 1s in Australia.
Yeah, thank you. I think I can go dairy farming now.
You probably can go dairy farming now, I think, but is it relief? How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's obviously, it's been a big build-up, but a very enjoyable one. I'm very humbled by all the support, all the kind words that have been said. But look, let's not beat these. I ride the best horses in the country. I'm lucky to have the support of all trainers throughout the land, and I can't do it without the greatest support crew I can only wish to have. So, and Guesty and Toddy and my family, pretty special. Have my brother here with my kids, and yeah, pretty cool.
They are all here today. You're looking forward to going and giving them all a big hug?
Yeah, for sure. It's yeah, like I say, I'm a very lucky man, and yeah, I'm in a sport that I absolutely adore and love competing, and I'm so lucky to have John O'Shea to bring me over when I was a kid and treat me like his son, and he's without him I wouldn't be here today.
Not going back dairy farming yet?
Well, I might. It's been a big build-up, you know. I might tell you what, it'll be a lot less pressure.
Are you relieved?
Oh, of course I'm relieved, but like everyone spoke about it during the week, I didn't come to the races wanting to ride or break the record. I wanted to come here and ride winners, and the rest would look after itself. But it's never been at the forefront of my mind. Yes, it's been at the back of my mind, but I come here to do a job, and then I'll go home a happy man to my girls.
Still as hungry as ever?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get to 200, you watch.
All right, I'll be there. Well done.
Beautiful stuff there with James and Ali, and his mum Di on the right.
Come on, babe. Come on. Go on, Ori. Go on, Ori. Come on, Daddy. Oh, my God. Oh, Gabe's got it. Well done, Cossie.
They're not going to forget today, Lizzie and Ari, are they?
A beautiful interview with Ali as well, because James, he comes to the races to ride his horses. He hasn't been thinking about this record. Of course, it's been in the back of his mind, but that just sums him up perfectly. He is a professional. He is able to handle so much pressure that is thrown his way, and he is very fortunate. He rides the best horses in the land, but he's put himself in that position, and that's what I suppose makes this moment so special. He hasn't had the easiest run throughout his career. He's had setbacks in his life, but this whole crowd are here for one man.
So a great reception for a great moment. His mum rang to get those early rides. He gets on the best horses now, but he didn't at the start. And Chris Waller slept in the back of his car when he first came to Australia. And here they are. They've climbed Everest today together. And it makes it even more, I think, fitting that the two of them are in sync today. And such a partnership. More work to be done. No jockey's ever ridden a treble of Group 1 winners on Golden Slipper Day. And he rides the $1.20 or $30 favourite in the next. So there's Ali along with Katie. Ali's pretty close to the McDonald's. Goes out with James's brother. They're partners, aren't they?
They're engaged.
Yep.
So she's family, soon to be his wife, and yeah, it is a family affair. Every jockey.
So the ball here, and Katie's tribute to James McDonald's coming up right after this. If you've just switched it on, he's done it. He has done it.
Looking at greatness, another chapter in this stunning career.
I never thought in my wildest dreams he would end up where he is.
Passing the legendary Damien Oliver, James becomes the most successful Australasian jockey in history. Not bad for a baby-faced kid out of New Zealand all those years ago.
Was like
On the screen or visit the website.
Well, this guy knows what it's all about, winning here at Rosehill Gardens. Gringotts looks absolutely magnificent. He's nice and fit and forward in condition. He's got a great coat on him. Lots to like about the way that he parades. Obviously up against it. Let's have a look at Pericles. He's another one who's gone to another level since joining the Björn Baker stable. He's always been a magnificent individual. Look at how beautifully he walks. He's got a big stride on him. He covers a lot of ground as he wanders around. And he's also a Rosehill horse. He loves this track and trip, and I think he will run really well.
Oh, the top two there. So here's Evaporate. Look, he's just a fantastic horse, Katie. He hasn't got the big Group 1, but he's been close, and I thought he was very brave last start.
Yeah, he's been going really well, hasn't he? So comes out of the All-Star Mile, where he's narrowly beaten to Tom Kitten. He's third up. He looks like he's travelled up beautifully. He's got the red earmuffs on. Luke Curry already with a winner, and the last winner that he rode here at Rosehill Garden was a few years back in Sunlight. So he knows how to get around here as we look at linebacker for Zach Lloyd, looking for a treble.
He's a Randwick Guineas winner. He had a very good spring, didn't he? Won the Silver Eagle, was pretty good in the Golden Eagle. He came back in good nick.
She looks beautifully relaxed. She's a really impressive individual when you walk alongside her. I just get my camera operator to just have a look at her. Look at how powerful she is around her hindquarters. She's got a really deep girth, beautiful walk on her, and she conserves her energy everywhere she goes. This is, I think, her main contender, Lady Shenandoah. She's not as relaxed as Autumn Glow. You can see she's got a bit of sweat down her neck area. She wears those earmuffs to try and keep her as settled and relaxed as possible. I tell you what, she is flying this preparation, but I prefer to see her a little bit more switched off.
Bit of a contrast there between the two 4-year-old mares trained by Chris Waller. Now the 3-year-old Baywalk. He's probably the leader. His last run was terrific.
Yeah, and he loves Rose Hill. Of course, he won the Golden Rose here and really smashed the track record on that occasion. So I think third up, he certainly will give them something to chase. He'll go forward, and Adam Hieronymus knows him really well.
Godolphin well represented. Attica's a class colt. We know he's a Group 1 winner in the spring. And Joe Pride's brought him back to the 1500 here.
Yeah, it's interesting. Comes out of the Randwick Guineas there over the mile. So he ran really well behind She's an Alibi. He was well beaten, as was a lot of the horses behind her, because she did romp home. So look, he's a horse that I think we'll have to watch him for him late.
So 8 individual Group 1 winners in this race. There's a bit of weather about. We can tell you that. We know there was a bit of rain. It's a stormy type of day. It's got very dark here at Rosehill Gardens. As Ben, we come to you for the tab market mover for the George Ryder Stakes.
I'd be lying if it was anything other than Autumn Glow. It's a significant liability, as she has been each and every time. If you need me to find one away from that, and I'm talking a 20th of what we're holding on her, Headley Grange at $41 has had some each way support, but primarily the place.
So Headley Grange number 4, but all about Autumn Glow. Lizzie, is it hard to take your eyes off of her when you go into a mounting yard?
Well, I just, knowing her record as well, it's hard to take your eyes off of her. And knowing how much improvement with a year under her belt she's made. I mean, she's just a lot bigger, stronger. She carries herself. Unlike, I know I'm not comparing her to Winx at this stage, but Winx was not an impressive type, whereas she is an impressive individual. She cost $1.7 million, so you can understand why they paid a lot of money for her. She walks almost like she's got an extended walk, and I think that's probably why she's got such a great galloping action. So she's on top, but I do love Lady Shenandoah on form.
They're not the only stars around Autumn Glow. James McDonald and Chris Waller today. Matt Damon's on course, and he's with Emma.
Matt Damon on course, because you're going to cheer on a really special filly here in Autumn Glow.
Yeah, I mean, what a privilege to get to watch her run live.
You saw James McDonald break a superstar record. Obviously, you like your sports. Was that special to witness as well?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you see somebody just achieve something that incredible, it's special to be even a small part of it, just to be here to see it.
And you've formed a great association with the team at Arrowfield, and you've got a few horses with them. Nice to see a few of them go around their best one go round.
Yeah, no, it's great, and they're all really excited, and for good reason. So I'm happy to be here.
Welcome to Rosehill Gardens.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The great Matt Damon there with Emma.
Do you know what? That wasn't on my bingo card this year, to see Matt Damon at Rosehill Gardens. Was it on yours? Come on,
no,
Bruce.
but I'm happy that he is here. So she's unbeaten. She's 10 for 10. And Matt Damon's got a real interest in her. And she's won that Golden Eagle, which is not one of her Group 1s, of course, not a Group 1 officially, but it's a Group 1 field. It's an enormous record. I mean, it's perfect. She's missed perfection so far, isn't she?
It is a perfect record, and we're all looking and searching for that perfect performance from her once again. Bit of trivia for you, Bruce, before we get serious. What's the other racecourse that Matt Damon's been to?
Is it in England?
No, in Australia.
Royal Randwick?
Ballina.
There you go. I did not know that. Richo, a thought here. Autumn Glow and the rest?
Well, Bruce, you've got 5 Group 1s and Matt Damon. We've got 1 Group 1 and Simon Marshall. I reckon we're in front.
OK, I'll have a think about that one, Richo. Do you think she'll win, Richo?
Oh, she'll bolt in, won't she? And then I've got news for Katie. We start the build-up towards J-Mac knocking off Damien Oliver's Australian Group 1 record. He's 25 behind. He's about to be 24 behind. That countdown's going to be good.
Give her a rest. She needs a good night's sleep like all of us. Headley Grange comes up. So can Autumn Glow continue on this incredible run? This is a race that Winx won on 4 occasions. Made her mark so often on this very day. A couple left to come up for the George Ryder. No jockey's ever won 3 Group 1 races on Golden Slipper Day. Chris Waller's done it once before. Can they go with a third here together?
31 Group 1 winners now. There's the lights. Stand by. The George Ryder of 2026 and the gates are back. They're off and racing. Nepotism out the back. And Bivox jumped out pretty well together with Pericles, and right up there is Linebacker trying to hold the lot of them out. Autumn Glow in the thick of the action. This is a keen go. Yorkshire's right off the track. Further back to Headley Grange, Lady Shenandoah, Gringotts, then Attica, followed by Nepotism and Encaps last of all. There's plenty happening up front going into the first turn, and Bivox is really building up the revs, and Adam Hieronymus takes Bivox to the front. Yorkshire will hand up now in second, taking the trail, followed by Evaporate third in front of Linebacker. Lady Shenandoah back on the inside of Autumn Glow. So the hot favourite is running midfield, one off the fence. Further back then to the 3-year-old Attica, parked on the inside at Gringotts. Further back then to Pericles from Nepotism, Headley Grange and Encaps last of all. Bivox leads by 2 lengths, 600 to go. From Yorkshire then came Evaporate, Linebacker. Lady Shenandoah's locked up on the fence by the stablemate, and now Autumn Glow is peeling, and McDonald puts the champion mare into the race as they turn into the straight, and Bivox leads the way by 3 on Yorkshire and Autumn Glow. She's really starting to cut loose now, and Autumn Glow in a bound moved up to take the lead away from Bivox. Lady Shenandoah's running on well on the inside. Gringotts working into the clear, but Autumn Glow's broken away. 11 out of 11. Perfection. Absolutely flawless. Autumn Glow beats Gringotts, and third Pericles, followed by Lady Shenandoah. Further back to Bivark, then came Headley Grange. Next in was Evaporate from Linebacker, NCAP Yorkshire, and Nepotism last in.
She is remarkable, there's no question about that. She's now gone from potential champion to certainly a champion of the moment, and who knows where it might end up. 11 out of 11. She has spanked a really good field today, Lizzie, and she always seems to get herself into the right spot. Give J-Mac a tick for that as well, but give the filly a tick as well.
She is absolutely incredible to watch. He just was in second gear for the majority of that race.
Look at that shot,
and then
Lizzie.
he just absolutely kicked away. You could see how much he had underneath him. This is the moment you can see Paul and Alice Massara. They know what it's like to have a good horse. They've had many good horses, but none quite as good at this. I spoke to John Massara, and he said, he's now not my horse. She's now not my horse. She's now the people's horse, and that's exactly what she is. Everyone is here to see not only J-Mac, but to see that mare.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like at the championships in a short time? So for Chris Waller, it's the second time that he's won 3 Group 1s on this day, the only training to have done it, and J-Mac the first jockey. Here's Emma with Chris after a sensational performance.
She's becoming a bit of a habit at doing this. 11 from 11 now, and she was eased down beautifully to the line. You could tell to James that one meant something.
Yeah, it did. I guess the last two was sort of pressure without without building ourselves up. We know what racing's about. We know what's going on, but to get that out of the way and then to deal with a champion in the next race, it's pretty special. So, yeah, I'm sure he got a good kick out of it.
So you just use the C word, champion.
Yeah, it's probably a bit light, but in my eyes, she is. Yeah, I'm qualified to know what one's like. So yeah, she's a very talented horse. Obviously, longevity is the key now. If she keeps doing it, she'll be a champion for sure.
I know what you're going to say to me. You're going to take her home, have a look at her, and make a decision in the next few weeks. But please, are we Doncaster? Are we Queen Elizabeth? Are we Queen of the Turf? Because the punters want to know.
I know they do. Just wait. We'll give them our best opinion of what we think. Look, she just does everything so effortlessly. That'll help her get 2,000. But it'd be so good to get some feedback from James. So go and ask James.
All right, I'll do that now. Well done. Another one.
Ask him now.
Well, there's so many opportunities. She could go in anything. I mean, she could run in the Everest and give Kaying Rising a run for his money, you would think, if Chris wanted to do that. She's remarkable. She really is. He trained Winks to 33 consecutive wins and 25 Group 1s. We can't compare, but a journey's begun, Lizzie, and no one knows where it might end.
I reckon he'd take the option of trying to protect that record, that unbeaten record. I think that she's...
So what's the option? Is the Queen Elizabeth over the Doncaster?
No, I think I just think the Doncaster is tough with a big weight on her back. You know, she's going to have to be Winks. She is going to have to be Winks to be able to win the Doncaster, because that's the weight that she will carry, the same as Winks.
And she's an alibi's got 49. That would be the race of the year. That's for sure and certain. The William Reid, the 100th running of the William Reid, the race that Manikato made famous in so many ways with his 5 wins. What a star he is, and speaking of stars, so this mare now, this 4-year-old mare has won 11 races out of 11, her 3rd Group 1 plus a Golden Eagle, and they haven't nursed her. I mean, in her 2nd start, she was into Stakes Company straight away.
They knew exactly what they had, and Katie's been talking about her for a very long time. James doesn't often put the superlatives to horses that he doesn't think have got elite ability, and there is Katie on the fence congratulating him once again. What a day. This is going to be something that they will remember for the rest of their lives, and so will everyone else who's watching on.
Have a look at her backside, Lizzie. You had a good look at it in the mounting yard. It's enormous, isn't it?
She's got a huge engine behind. She's got a really deep girth. Look at how she walks. You can see she kicks out her legs in front. She's got a big, powerful stride. That's exactly what she does in the concluding stages of her races. She has gate speed, she has a high cruising speed, and she has a turn of foot.
You've got a great eye, Lizzie. Is she the perfect thoroughbred specimen, do you think?
She's pretty close to it. She's pretty close. I used to rack my brain looking at Winx saying, what makes you so special? But you can't quantify.
Frankel had that look about him, didn't he?
But you can't quantify just on looks. It's what's inside that counts. It's the ticker that they have. It's the mind that they have. That's what makes them champions, not just what they look like.
She's bred to be a champion, though. Out of a Group 1 winning mare out of South Africa, she looks like a champion. She cost the champions sum of what, 1.7 was it, or
1.7, I believe.
And here she is, after 11 starts, she remains unbeaten.
Doesn't seem a lot of money now, does it?
It's a lot of money. It's 1.7 is a lot of money. And there is John Massara, the former chairman of Australian Racing. He's been in New South Wales. He's been an incredible man, John, for Australian Racing. He's the man that brought Dane Hill to Australia. And there he is with J-Mac. The Autumn Summit. It's a done deal. Of course, he started his great run and he stands done deal and Reduced Choice and all of that. We'll listen and hear from James right after this. And also, of course, it's the William Reid from Caulfield. And this was Autumn Grove's best performance ever, no doubt about that. To the applause of everybody, and Emma's caught up with James McDonald, who's having just the most incredible day.
That was the one. That was the moment. She's your girl.
Now I can breathe.
Take us through the deep breathing.
Breathe.
She is your girl. I mean, 11 from 11 now. Put into words how good she is. Has she come on since her last start victory?
It was evident in the week when Chris said you'll see something special. So when he says that, you take notice because her work's been phenomenal. I truly believe she loves fast ground because she just got... There's not a horse that could come with her. It doesn't matter what is in the race. Impossible. And she's just got amazing sustained speed. It's quite incredible what we're witnessing in because she's like the jockey's dream, and like you get nervous on horses, certain horses throughout your life, and she's...
Chris just used the word champion. He called her a champion.
Did he? Yeah, well, he knows what a champion looks like. And for him to say that, he doesn't take it lightly, and I'm sure she is, and he's a champion too.
Last time we spoke about her, you said she'd win the Queen Elizabeth. Is that where you want to head still?
I'm sick of bloody pointing where she goes.
He said to ask you what you reckon, a mile or 2,000?
I'll let him decide. John will decide and we'll go from there. But put it this way, I wouldn't be shying away from any horse in the country.
So job's done now in terms of that record. Do you feel relief? Because it does look it.
Oh, for sure. She's important. Right? I know. Let's not beat her in the bush. She's 11 from 11. People were here to come out to see her, and she's got such an amazing fanfare now, and it's growing. It's incredible the feeling you get off these horses, and it's special to witness people pin their eyeballs on her. I thought Animo was a big deal. This horse is taking it to a new level.
I love seeing you take her down to see the fam as well, just to get a look at your queen.
Yeah, she is, mate.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.